Hey guys, it's Leanne. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is a highly requested one, and it's something I've never actually done on this channel before, because if you are a regular watcher of this channel, you'll know that I love full coverage makeup. So today's makeup is obviously a no makeup look, so that's why it's a first on this channel. And I am actually really glad I've done this tutorial now, because I actually love how the look turned out. So if you'd like to see how to achieve this no makeup look, which is perfect for every day, or even beginners in makeup, or even nights out, depending on how good your skin is or how confident you feel, then obviously stick around to the end, keep watching, leave me some feedback and let me know if you do enjoy this tutorial, and some possible ideas for my next tutorials, because I really am running out of ideas now, as I try to do 3 uploads every single week, but it's getting so hard to keep doing new videos and producing new content, because there's not that many new makeup releases, probably because of coronavirus. Obviously, if you are new here, think about subscribing, think about turning on the notification bell, so you won't obviously miss any of those weekly uploads I was talking about. And side note, my channel is all about makeup, so if that's something you're interested in, then please do everything I've just said. And yeah, let's just jump into this tutorial. So the first product that I'm going to be going in with for this no makeup look is the Superdrug Naturally Radiant Brightening Day Cream, and this is SPF 15. And I'm just going to scoop some out with the Inglot 57S spatula brush. Can't forget the neck as well. So while the moisturiser is sinking into the skin, which I normally allow it to sink into the skin for about 1 or 2 minutes, I'm actually going to be doing my eyebrows, but I'm not going to be putting any product in them apart from eyelash glue. So yeah, I'm going to be going in with the Huss Lash Glue today. The one thing that I really love about it is that it doesn't actually sting my eyes, which normally makes them water. This glue doesn't do that, so that's why I love it so much. But today I'm going to be using it to brush up my own natural eyebrow hairs. So I'm just going in with an eyebrow pencil, and I'm just picking up a little bit of the lash glue on the spoolie, and all I'm going to do is literally brush my own natural eyebrow hairs up. It just makes them look a little bit fuller and makes them look like they've been laminated and like a little bit more lifted and arched. So I'm going to pick up a little bit more now, and I'm really brushing these brow hairs up quite firmly. I've actually done a tutorial as well on this process, which is like kind of a home brow lamination, so I'm going to leave that in the description bar. Go and check that out. It's obviously a really easy technique, as you can see now, just eyelash glue, a spoolie, and no actual makeup products. So yeah, go and check out that tutorial. Now I know that some people don't really like this look, but I actually am a fan of how eyebrows look when they've been laminated, and it's so quick and convenient, so perfect for a no makeup look, because obviously, like I explained before, the eyebrows still look arched and lifted, but you've used no makeup product at all. There was no brow pencil involved, just literally a brush and a bit of glue, and that gives the effect that I would want, and it takes half the time. So I am actually going to be priming the skin today, so I'm going to be going in with one of my favourite primers. Now this is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer, and it's the soft matte version. So I've just taken 1 pump, and I'm just going to be working that from the centre of the face to the outer portions of the face. This primer smells so nice as well. Just going to go back in with 1 more pump. Prime the nose, forehead, and I do like to do a little bit on the under eye, because I believe this primer stops concealer from creasing. So give that tip a try if you actually own the Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Primer. Give it a try and let me know if it works for you as well. But yeah, I swear by putting this on the under eye, because I really do see a difference in concealers and how they perform when I do this tip. So, and I think I learned this off Mitchell, so obviously good enough for him, good enough for me. So I am actually going to be using a little bit of foundation today, even though this is a no makeup look. The foundation I'm using is the MAC Studio Face and Body Foundation. Now my shade is shade N2. Now, like it says on the bottle, it is a face and body foundation, which gives some inclination that it is a very lightweight, light coverage foundation. So I'm just going to be going in with literally that amount. So not a lot at all. Now, it's annoying because it doesn't have a pump, so I can't say how many pumps that would be, but I think that would equate to probably about 1 pump, I'd say. So to apply this foundation, I'm going to be going in with the 106 Buffing and Blending Brush from Primark. So it's a duo fibre brush, and I'm just going to be literally putting a light dusting of this foundation all over the skin. So I'm just going to dab it on, mainly in the areas where I actually need a little bit of coverage. So where I get redness, which is on the cheeks, around the nose, obviously on the forehead for all these blemishes. Now this foundation, as you can see, clearly does not give a lot of coverage at all, but it just gives some type of like dew / glow to the skin, and it kind of evens the skin tone a little bit, not a lot at all, but the skin, I think anyway, now does look a little bit healthier just for having that little light dusting of the MAC Face and Body Foundation on. What do you think? Can you notice a difference, or do you think the skin looked better before applying this foundation? And I've actually used this brush specifically because this technique of just like sort of swirling it over the skin won't actually lead to a very full coverage. Whereas if I picked up a brush such as the Morphe M439 brush and actually like really patted this and pressed the foundation into the skin, it definitely leads to a more full coverage. But obviously that's not the look we're going for today. That's why I've used this technique of just sort of dispersing it across the face in circular motions to just give that very lightweight coverage. So the next product I'm going to be going in with is concealer. So I'm going in with the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser Multi-Use Concealer. Now I've picked up the shade number 1 Light, and I am just going to be going on the under eyes, a little bit over these blemishes on the forehead, a little bit on the chin and over this pimple here. And I'm just literally dabbing this on. I'm not applying more than is needed, I'm literally just dabbing over where I can actually see these blemishes. A little bit on the under eye, but not a lot. And then I'm now going to be blending this concealer into the skin with a beauty blender. And this beauty blender is damp, by the way. So I'd say now the skin does look a little bit more healthy and radiant, but it still does look like skin, and you can still see obviously the imperfections. But yeah, in my opinion, it definitely does look a little bit better, and it kind of does look like I'm not really wearing makeup, I would say anyway. What do you think? Do you think you could tell that I'm wearing makeup if you see me in the street, or do you think you couldn't tell? So now I'm going to be going in with the Fenty Beauty Loose Setting Powder. So this is the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder, and I'm in the shade Butter. Now all I'm doing is taking that same beauty blender and I've just literally dipped in the tip, as you can see, and I'm wiping off any excess, and all I'm going to be doing is pressing this onto the under eye. And that is just so that the concealer won't move throughout the day. So same process again, wiping off that excess. And I'm just going to be patting the remainder across the forehead, and then the rest of the face. So the next step in this no makeup look is blush. So I'm going to be going in with the Natural Collection blush, and this is their powder blusher, and it's in the shade Pink Cloud. Now I'm going to be going in with the Peaches and Creams PC04 brush, and I'm going to be quite generous with the blush as I think it looks very natural when people have a flush. So if you exercise, for example, obviously your cheeks are probably one of the first things to flush, or if it's hot weather. And I just think this makes the skin look really healthy by adding a nice bit of blush to the skin. So I'm just going to tap off any excess. Like, you just kind of want this to look natural, like it could be a real flush. Obviously you don't want it to look just concentrated on the apples. That's why I'm just blending it back and I'm putting a little bit on the temples, as you can see. What do you think? Do you think that looks like a natural blush? I definitely think it looks like a natural blush. I think it looks like I've kind of been out on a cold day, maybe. So I'm doing a little bit just on the tops of the forehead to make it look even more natural. And then the next step is highlight. So this is the Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb All Over Diamond Veil, and this is in the shade How Many Carats. So this highlighter is like a gel consistency. It's not powder, it's like a gel. And it literally makes the skin look dewy. Like, can you see that on my middle finger? It literally makes the skin just look super dewy. So I'm just going to be applying this to all the places where I would normally put a little bit of highlight. So bridge of the nose, a little bit on the chin. Okay, I could have gone a bit too far on this side, so I'm just going to take that beauty blender and just tap the excess into the skin. Which is another good tip, by the way. If you ever think you've gone too far with highlight, you can just take a beauty blender that you've obviously applied like concealer or foundation with and just press it over the areas where you've put too much, and it will soak up the excess highlight. As you can see here, it's literally absorbed the excess. So now we're looking a lot more natural. I'm going to do a little bit just on the centre of the lips. And then the last step in this makeup routine is to go in with some lip liner. So today I'm going to be using the Morphe Sweetheart Colour Lip Pencil, and this is just a very light nude shade. So the idea is that you want to line the lips so obviously that they look more defined and stand out and look a bit more pouty, but I am actually going to be colouring in the lips with this colour. So another tip to make it look as natural as possible is to get a really compatible colour to your skin tone. So this for me is not like a very dark drastic tone, it's just like quite a light tone, and then I will blend it into the lips and the lip line so it should look as natural as possible. So yeah, basically just get a lip liner pencil that's like very similar to your own lip shade or skin tone. I'm just going to be using my finger just to blend that in. And then now I am actually colouring the lips in with the pencil. And that is literally it, guys. That is like probably one of my shortest tutorials ever. Now I'm just going to count up how many makeup products was actually used in this tutorial. So I've just counted up and it turns out I've actually used 10 products. So obviously we had the moisturiser, then we went in with a bit of the primer, then the next one was the MAC Studio Fix foundation, next one was concealer, powder, then we went in with a little bit of blush, then highlight, and we also used lip liner, then we used a bit of eyelash glue and a spoolie. So I don't know if that counts as a makeup product, but we're going to include it anyway. So yeah, 10 products to literally achieve this look. Now I feel like I could go out quite confident with how my skin looks, and I do prefer this type of look over just going out with no makeup on at all. So I might actually start doing this look a bit more because I am just so in between. I'm either in full glam makeup or like absolutely bare, nothing on the skin at all. So yeah, I might actually start like doing this in my everyday life, because even though I've talked through and explained it, I could have done this in literally like 10 minutes maximum. So yeah, I think that's all I've got to say about this makeup tutorial. I hope that everyone learned something. I don't think there's any more tips that I've left out that I can think of anyway. And I hope that you all like the look. I actually do like the look really, which for me, I'm normally a full coverage girl, so for me to say I like it is a bit strange, but I actually do like it. This was requested by one of my subscribers, I think Shamja. If you yourself would like to request any future tutorials or any future makeup reviews of certain products or brands, please let me know in the comment section, as I do run out of inspo sometimes. Sometimes I sit down and I'm like, oh, I don't know what to film today, but I know I want to film to keep up me, momentum, but I just don't, I'm all out of ideas. So yeah, if you could help me with that, that'd be amazing. But apart from that, thank you so much for sticking around to the very end. I really appreciate it. And since you're at the very end, please don't forget to like the video, think about subscribing and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of my weekly uploads. And once you've done all that, I will see you in the next tutorial.